Greetings and most humble salutations, guys. Welcome back to another Pocket video. Today, I'm going to be really just briefly covering just what's the most recency in the last 3 days, so mostly the weekend from the Pokemon World Championships, mostly covering the Pocket side, and it's just a lot of just craziness, a lot of stuff happened. Just initially just looking at this first for earning the Twitch drops, which obviously watching this for I think they said 20 minutes. Originally it was 45, then it changed to 30, then it changed to 20 minutes. You connected your Twitch account to your Pokemon.com account, and then you go to redeem your rewards in your inventory. All that craziness. I mean, the chat the chat command exclamation mark drop, like some. I remember it's always just gonna be like that. Just people just be like, "Where's my drops? Where's my drops?" It's just, dude, just watch it for an hour, connect your stuff, initially connect your stuff, and then watch it for pretty much 30 minutes. You're already gonna have that, and then the thing's gonna be in your inventory. And it was pretty easy, just pretty easy to just get 12 hourglass pack hourglasses and Wonder Pick hourglasses. And mostly this is just, I mean, they posted this from Eva Grove. Most of these decks, we'll probably talk about that when we talk about the end at the end of rank. But most of this is just like, oh, activities for Pocket. Now this is one thing I wanted to talk about. It's just the Pocket's inclusion into this World Championships. I do like the fact that they're making side events for it because obviously it's tied to Pokemon. It hasn't been a year since the game dropped, so I like the fact that they're actually adding these side events. Having it being in the championships in general at any shape, way, or form is a good thing because it brings more attention to the game. And mostly this is just double deck constructed, which is this. They tweeted it out, I think, right up here, which was a day 2 thing. Initially, they were going for a sign up here for double deck event, and this was double deck for $15. You can, at this time, you can do a double deck constructed. You can construct your deck, and then here, double deck open championship. And mostly this is just, a fun way for them to make Pocket more interesting. Instead of just, using the same deck over and over and over again, you pick 2 decks, you list out your Pokemon side by side, and pretty much you use one. Either way, you win or lose, you have to use the other one. You can't repeat back and forth. Best out of 3 wins, essentially. Yep, and then the winner of both of their decks is the winner. So that is pretty cool. Just like the fact that they're adding this. This is a good sign to potentially adding this to an actual World Championships, maybe like any event at all being up there. I mean, Pokemon, like the fact that Pokemon Go is in there, like it literally just sets the bar really, really low. Let's be honest. Like, are you really playing Pokemon Go like that? No. Right now, no. Pokemon Go has its special place, but like it kind of did fell off. I'm not gonna lie. Like, who are you? Let's be honest. Who are you playing with for Pokemon Go nowadays? Not really anywhere. Unite is still somewhat popular. Obviously VGC is popular, obviously, and then the regular TCG is in there. So it being up there as like Pocket being like championship day 1s, day 2s, top 32, all that stuff, like it being in a major event like this is good, and hopefully in the future it can actually be a part of something way bigger than it should. And just more pictures here. And now this is pretty cool. Now the prize pool for the championships, which was here, open championship, was this is pretty insane. So all players will receive 50 prize wall tickets for participating, and I guess they had a whole prize wall thing. Top 64 gets 18 booster packs, 36 packs for top 16, top 8 retro promo cards, 72 retro metal promo cards, 108. Finalist gets a retro world championship items, and then champion gets 216 packs. And it was confirmed here. I think it was confirmed by someone. It was like their actual packs. Yeah, like this, the actual physical packs. So it's pretty cool, pretty good that they actually giving you rewards like packs and stuff like that. And I think that it's pretty good, and all good vibes here. And then of course with viewing this at the end, Mr. I call him Mr. Pokemon, the father, all that, like, which get the head CEO of Pokemon, the one that we have to basically get on our knees and do what we need to do in order for him to give us stuff and allow a lot of stuff. And he blessed us with this trailer, obviously, for Mega Evolution. So that's mostly what happened in World Championships. It's just 3 days to get to, pretty fun, pretty cool for them to actually allowed, you know, getting involved with the World Championships. It's pretty good. Now that we got all of that out of it, I think it's time for us to really dive deeper. What could this mean in general? Like, all of this in mind, you know, new season kicks off this fall. Keep in mind with this statement, because honestly, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I was contemplating on this statement because I recorded kind of something similar like this earlier today, but when I look back, I feel like I didn't touch on a hard enough points, so I'm gonna make sure that I fulfill that, you know, that fulfill that, you know, gap in space. Like, what should I really say in terms of like, what do I want people to do, slash what am I expecting for this? What is this, like, how do I look at it? Because as we look at this, today is the 18th, which is right here. It's not, they don't highlight it. I mean, I changed this to dark mode so y'all can see it better, but essentially I am predicting that the trailer for A4A is going to be around here, end of the week, Friday, around like the weekend, right around here. And then the packs will drop around this range right here. And then what I'm predicting is that this new set, the mega set, will drop probably around 25th to 29th to the 20, like around here ish. I've seen a lot of people like back and forth, like through Discord, through Twitter, through YouTube, through a lot of things, what this implies. Like, because we look at the I'm gonna talk about this in a second. We look at this, and it's like they cover everything, and then they give us Mega Evolution, which kicks off, new season kicks off this fall, indicating around essentially September, October. A lot of people might consider, well, November, December. This is mostly holiday season. You kind of regard this as holiday season right here. So mostly September, October. And a lot of people were talking about potentially this being like they're gonna skip A4 into the megas. And to me, I genuinely don't think that that's gonna happen, because it's been mostly a monthly thing. Because if we take a look at this, ever since Spacetime SmackDown, it's the release dates for every single set afterwards has been monthly. And due to like recency stuff, like because of the questionnaire, because of the DNA operations here, which I also have pulled up here, like that could also change at the same time. Like them having like a steady like retention rate remains, new acquisitions remain steady, retention rates has declined, obviously implementing a major updates targeting release within this year. So that in mind, with along with the questionnaire, which is I think the questionnaire came out the 11th. Today's the 18th, so it's been probably like a week. It's been a week since then. So we'll see how long that they're gonna take to have the questionnaire fully. When they close the questionnaire and when they like see the results, look at everything, and then post it, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna post the questionnaire. I feel like there's no real reason not to do that, but they're gonna take that to account. They're gonna take this to account, as to, okay, when is the next set dropping? I think that they're still sticking with the schedule, and since it's been a reoccurring thing ever since, when was it? Since January 30th, then the 27th, then the 28th, right? 28th, or the 28th, then the 27th. So that's, I'm getting mixed up here. Hold on. 30th, 28th, 27th, kind of the 30th, 27th, the 28th, and then like it's basically every end of the month it will probably go up to. So since now we've got to the end of the month of July with Wisdom, Sea, and Sky, we can all predict that by the end of this, at the end of this month, which is literally less than a couple of days away before a trailer, I'm also predicting that also will be the trailer, the hidden trailer, since the Mega Evolution trailer is not the hidden trailer that we have in the playlist. So that could be it. That could be it. Who knows? But I'm predicting that around here is where we can see the A4A, whether it be a baby theme or Suicune Raikou and Entei theme. Doesn't really matter, honestly. But I'm predicting from now until September, end of September, is where we'll see the Megas drop. Now the biggest question is, I remember seeing someone saying, well, is this anniversary? And the biggest thing, the reason why they question this is the fact that if we take a look at these arts here, Mega Altaria has an art right here. Mega Gyarados has an art right here, and Mega Blaziken has an art right here. If you find it consistently, then you will see that like every single one of these has a specific art, and they're referencing this. And so that person basically said like, oh, this has to be anniversary because it's 3 different packs, 3 different images, and of course these are covers. If you remember in the shop, you can exchange these for shop tickets, like the special cover art in the background for your, you know, the covers for your showcases, and you know, in the friends, you can showcase those kind of arts. And it is a very strong point that like, why is this why is this super different? Like this isn't really as different from this, so it, like, you can make the good assumption that it could be just 3 instead of just one single one. The biggest thing behind that is the fact that like, if this is anniversary, like, I just don't think that that's good timing, because all of this mega stuff is really just tied to ZA. We all know this, that ZA is coming out on the 16th right here, and we know that everywhere is getting Mega Evolution. The regular TCG, Champions, literally, I think the anime is adding Mega Dragonite. Like, everywhere they're trying to add Mega Evolution into, like, basically marketing it so that you guys can buy ZA, which obviously, like, it's good marketing because it's Mega Evolution is back, it's very popular. We want people to buy this game, we want people to buy the Switch, to buy the game, so that, you know, we can make that, you know, people consume that stuff. And so this being for ZA, the release date, however, if it's anniversary, it's going to be here. Now, for people wondering what, like, anniversary, like, oh, well, it's not the 30th. The confirmation here from the official Pokemon website is on the 30th. The New Zealand thing was happening during the time. However, they made it official, like, the official release date is the 30th. So that's mostly confirmation there. So it's the day before Halloween, which is very interesting. I wonder how they will handle, like, anniversary, then Halloween the next day, so like it's like a tied celebration, I guess. I don't know. Would be pretty cool to look at. But I think that because this is releasing on the 16th and anniversary is pretty much 2 weeks after that, I think it's much smarter for them to release the megas during this week here rather than later, because this will mostly incentivize you to, you know, spend your currency here. Then you have like the game kind of like, oh, it's anticipating for the game, and then the game comes out, and then the anniversary 2 weeks later, rather than like the game comes out, then the packs come out here. Kind of feels redundant, I'm not gonna lie. But the major point that I'm trying to look at is the fact that they only show 3. Now, 3 being the only featured is a big of a stretch. I think that they're gonna release more than that, and the biggest vibe I'm getting out of this is Shining Revelry. Shining Revelry is like, I'm getting super big vibes from this, and mostly the reason why is because Shining Revelry introduced a new rarity, which is, you know, shiny Pokemon. This is essentially the newest rarity, which is Mega Evolution. They don't have the rarity here, but like, you can understand, like, you know what I'm saying when I'm talking about mega rarity. Like, you're a mega Pokemon versus you know, shiny Pokemon. They're just adding it to the game. And the biggest thing behind this from Shining Revelry is the fact that they added so many EXs. I think it's a total of 9 EXs, 1 for every type. And I think this could be a gateway to it being giving us EX starter missions. The only problem that I have with this being 9 instead of a regular like 5, because typically like EV Grove had 6. Well, instead of saying it, let me show you. EV Grove had, well, this is Interdimensional Crisis had 5. EV Grove had 6, 2 normal types. Shining Revelry had 9. Triumphant Light had 5, and so it's consistent. Mythical Island had 5. So it's really just range between 5 and 6 if they're gonna go for a regular, or they went far and beyond, which is 9 in this case. In terms of what do I think? I think this is most likely either a 5/6-ish. But they can really just, you know, because I'm not gonna lie to you, this is like, behind everything, behind all of this, with them introducing Mega Evolution this far, and then anniversary being a month later, I'm just saying this is bait. This is a very bait thing that they did. This is a very smart strategy. This is a very smart, move for them to like show us some megas, be excited. Hey, Mega Evolution is going to be in the game. So I want you to save your hourglasses, because that it's going to come out the end of September. However, it is mostly just promotional stuff for ZA. Is mostly what I'm getting out of this. And despite everything, it's a gacha game. It's the entire point of this is to get you to spend money. It's supposed to make you be dumb, spend your money, spend your hourglasses, get mad as hell, mad at the Pokemon Company, and spend your wallet, spend your hard-earned money on gold so that you can open packs and get the cards you want. That's the literally entire point. So as a free-to-play player, any kind of player, mostly free-to-play, mostly newer players now, like, this is a very hard decision. What do you do now, knowing that this information is out, knowing that, hey, Mega Evolution is coming this fall, I'm predicting it's going to be the end of September. Do you have time to save for those, what's your hourglasses? Which, by the way, the hourglasses, where is the content to farm them? Where's the content to get those hourglasses? Mostly is ranked, and what else? Just grinding the solo battles that you only just have to defeat one time, and then you get the stuff, and then that's it. But what if I already cleared it beforehand, and then now I get this information, and now where do I get the hourglasses? What other literal things to do in the game? Because that's why I brought up this, which shout out to Godsley here for saying megas are cool, but we need new game modes. Mostly on looking at this and looking at this. This is basically just like, quality of life stuff, more ways to pull cards. Obviously, like, what other ways we can pull cards, like event drops, you know what I'm saying, like event, like it gives you a guaranteed drop, not like the random bullshit of just like drop event cards, which that is fine for the most part, but I feel like they should just add events where it's guaranteed to give us new cards, instead of just it being like, oh well, you gotta open this promo pack. It's not a promo, it's a story event. I feel like it's so much more better to just do that. Battle spectating, I would love to do that, and friend invite battles, obviously, it's like very, very, very good quality of life stuff. But the two things I'm highlighting here is new game modes, which obviously this game desperately needs. We saw the revenue tracking, we saw everything. This game is mostly dying. The retention rate is very low, and it's all due to the fact that they saw the revenue for EV Grove, and they were like, oh shit, we are dying. EV Grove, to compare how bad it is, EV Grove made less money than Extra Dimensional Crisis. I wish I was joking. I wish I was like maniac. I wish I was crazy and think that this was not true, but it's not. It is true. This made 38 million. This made 57 million. It made less with the fact that, and the idea that Eevee is a very popular card, very popular Pokemon, with Sylveon, with Flareon, with all of these cards. It was a flop, which is why they made the questionnaire, which is why they made this, which is like literally the whole point of it. But they need new game modes and more things to do, which is more game modes. There just needs to be more right now, more ways for players to gain more currency so that they can keep up with modern, the modern meta. Because it is very frustrating as a player to just sit back and be like, okay, I want to use this deck, but I don't have the cards to use it. And the only way I can use the cards is to either spend money or hourglasses on the specific set that I need the card from. And if I can't get it, then I'm gonna have to trade. And most likely not, like you can join Discord servers, you can join social media. It's like, hey, I need to trade. I want to trade this. I want to trade that. And so like, it's just so. Is it like the players have to do so many hoops and jump many hoops and destroy all these obstacles just so they can build a deck that they can just find enjoyment. And then afterwards they're like, meh, maybe I want to try something else, and then they have to do the whole process over again. This is why the unifying the trade point system is so important, because if the new player just summons and are opening packs mostly on Wisdom Sea and Sky, they can accumulate enough, trade points so that I can just get, I can get a copy of Sylveon from here. Or I can get a copy of Cyrus. Some people might not have Cyrus. Some people might need a cape, so they need to get it from Mythical Island. Or maybe some people want to use Darktina. I need Shining Revelry stuff from Darktina right here, or trade, whatever you want to do. But like some specific stuff that, other like new players and, free-to-play players that can't really get it because they obviously don't want to spend money on the game and they have limited currency, which is very, very, very it's very against the players. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why they're talking about retention rates, because it is declining ever since the initial period. There's a reason why they made less money, because people are just like, I can't keep up with it. Monthly, I'm okay with monthly, just mostly because it just keeps content fresh every single month. However, there is a feel of a drought because every single month it's the exact same events every single month. The only real exception, I will say, was Shining Revelry, because at the end of Shining Revelry, the end of Triumphant Light to the start of Shining Revelry, like, this is where ranked was introduced. Everything before that was the emblem event. It was the, if y'all remember, the 45 wins meta, the 5 wins in a row meta, all of that, like, that was at least content that, like, it incentivized you to play the game to get the emblem. 45 wins. You had, I think, essentially a month to get it. A month or a week. I think they gave you 2 weeks. I can't exactly remember how long it was, but, like, it was 2 different things. I remember 45 wins, which is one specific emblem, and then it was the 5 consistent wins in a row. 5 consecutive wins in a row that gets you the other emblem. And then ever since this cutoff, they're like, all right, we're removing those emblem events and we're going to give you just ranked. And then ever since then, we haven't gotten any single bit of new content ever since then. Which, to be honest, that is less content. They gave us less content than before because they cut 2 things and gave us only 1 thing, and it's only 1 thing in a month. And sure, I'm not too mad at ranked just because it's ranked. Like, oh well, it's fine. But otherwise, what else is there to do in this game? Not really much. Solo battles is mostly just a joke because you can just get put on any team, fulfill the missions, beat those, and just get the currency for the first time. And mostly the missions are just for tickets, shop tickets, which if you already purchase everything from the shop, you're pretty much just hoarding them. I mean, as y'all seen before in other videos, I have over 1,000 tickets, and mostly what those goes towards is the shop reset months. Shop reset, you can get up to, I think it was 70 hourglasses, and then you can get up to 70 wonder pick glasses, and that's pretty much it. Anything else is like, oh, a special cover or a special, like, backdrop, or the, like, but anything else, there's really nothing. Like, anything else at all, I don't see it at all. So what it comes down to was they gave us less content, and ever since then it's just the same thing every single month, which is very, very, like, it's predictable. Of course it's predictable, but, like, it can get very repetitive, it can get very annoying. And, you know, it's like the, you know, remember how Squidward was when he was very happy when he got into the Squidward village and he got to live his life how he wants to, and then slowly over time it's just like it's the same thing over and over again. He became miserable. That's kind of just how us play, like, the players, like, it's not that I really fell off from it, obviously, because I had, you know, personal stuff, you know, school and stuff like that going on, so, like, some days I don't really log into the game. But, like, I'm obviously consistent with this though, so I've seen everything that this game had to offer. And as of right now, ever since here, it's just been the exact same. It really has been the exact same thing. The only massive change that they had was really just ranked, which was between here, which literally it's been since March. Ever since March, everything just felt the same. Everyone feels that they're like, this is just the same thing over and over and over again. So when we see something big like Mega Evolution being involved, I simply just see it as Shining Revelry again. It gives me that vibe, like it's something new, it's a new rarity, and it's I'm just gonna say it's just bait, because they bait us with Shining Revelry, and then ever since the releases from this point forward, they just added shiny Pokemon to the general pool, which, by the way, very much ruined that whole, like, it just ruined the pull rate. It really did. I get mad when I get a shiny Pokemon. It's not because, like, oh, I hate shinies now. It's just the fact that, like, I get, like, there's really nothing, like, there's barely any, like, animation, like, oh, I got a hit, or oh, I got this. It's like also, like, sounds, you get the little sparkling effect, and just for it to be a shiny Pokemon that is an old card, it's kind of infuriating, because, like, hey, I mean, right now, as I currently stand, I don't have a single copy of Umbreon. Like, legitimately, I have 0 copies of Umbreon. Like, not a single copy, not even, like, full art, anything. And I just keep pulling Miss Magius. I recently pulled a Nidorino. Like, I recently pulled, like, so many, like, I pulled, I think, a Yanmega, 2 Yanimas, a Nidorino, a Nidoking, I mean, 1 Eevee. Like, I pull more of this than an actual regular 4-star. And it's just infuriating, because it's like, well, I want to get the new cards, not, you know, the old cards. Like, the old cards, yeah, they're from older sets, which is cool and all, but it just ruins the pull rate. And so it's like, okay, well, how about we you know, give a specific thing where it's like, okay, like obviously this set introduced us the babies, so of course they give us a 6 card, you know, pack where we get the baby at the end, so there's that incentive as well. But I just think that kind of just ruined, like, the Chinese will always going to be, probably will always going to be in newer sets from moving forward. So do we expect megas to do the same? I don't really think so. They probably might add it in the background, but we will see, because ever since then they added basically up to 11. I think I counted it. It's like up to 11 cards. Like every pack has up to 11 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, 14 here. 14 shinies. It's like here, yeah, 14, because they got this and this. 14, so like 14 shinies. So that takes up a lot of the slots. So you know what, like, you will understand. You understand what I'm saying when it comes to like shinies. It's a cool addition, but it ruined the pull rate afterwards. What do we expect from megas from now moving forward? I don't really know, because for all we know, megas could be in anniversary. For all we know, megas could be in anniversary. Does that mean that megas are going to be in the pull rate same way as shinies, or are shinies going to be in there as well? So there's that general, like, I'm not too sure what's going to be added, what's going to be there. I don't know, which is kind of like, it is exciting, but it's also kind of scary, because they need, because how the current meta is, how the game is right now, it is very, very pay to win / paying player like oriented. Like there's it is not free to play friendly, and it is not newer player friendly as it currently stands right now, because newer players are cucked out of the benefits from day one players because of the cards that they have right now. They don't have the cards from months ago, and decks are just a culmination of different cards that are from previous sets, that the only real way to get these cards is by spending currency on these other ones, which is what I talked previously. We need a unified trade point system just to make this problem even, to just fix the problem entirely. Like, who cares? Oh, Wisdom Sea and Sky comes out, you can't exchange points for those cards specifically, but you can exchange points for this. I think that's a better trade-off, because I'd much rather get the unified points, right? It's the same. That's the same method as TCG Live. Pokemon TCG Live has this method implemented right now, and I'd just much rather prefer that method than what we have right now, which is just each set has its own trade point system, and you can't transfer H1 over. You can only use it for that specific set. I think unifying everything, like, oh well, unifying everything, you can get every card from this set. Who cares at that point? But at the same time, it's like, well, if you lock the newest set, similar to TCG Live, if you lock the newer set, you can't trade for newer cards, but you can trade for, like, you can use those points to also trade for older sets cards. I think that's a way better trade-off than what it is right now. And anyone arguing against that, just, like, what other counter argument can you give? Like, oh, like, I think that's just infinitely, like, there has to always be a trade-off for this. And I feel like the trade-off should just be, you can't get the newer cards, like, right then and there. But once a new set drops, now you can get these cards. Like the next set afterwards, you can exchange for Wisdom Sea and Sky's cards. I think that's just simply a way better way to do this. And then once we get rid of this problem for newer players, now we get to talk about, well, how do we get currency? Either it's your wallet, or it's either your wallet, 1, or 2, you are a very particular player who hasn't spent any good amount of hourglasses, and you're just waiting for a good place to spend all your hourglasses, or spend a good chunk of it. Which, if you are one of those people, congratulations, you are probably one of the very few people who have managed to get this far. But I think, should you invest in megas, the mega set? My biggest recommendation is no. Do not. I recommend you do not spend your good chunk of hourglasses on mega set, and I strongly encourage you to go for the anniversary set. And now I know what a lot of people might say, like, hey, like, why? Like, first of all, you can do whatever you want with your currency. It's obviously your account. That's what, if you want to spend your money, you want to spend your currency on any given set, that's totally fine. It's okay. I'm not judging you for that. I'm giving you my best recommendation from a player from since day one, since the beta, since the beginning of this game, since like ever since then. I'm a day oneer. I recommend you personally, I would say, save your currency for Anniversary, because Anniversary will give you way more benefits than a monthly set. It is that simple. You're getting way more benefits from Anniversary. Spending your currency on Anniversary, you're just getting way more benefits from spending your currency there than on a monthly. Because if we really just look at it, the mega set is just mostly just a glorified monthly set. Actually, this set is mostly a glorified mini set, if you will, because I am inclined to believe that this is again Shining Revelry again, because we had the two. It's basically repeat, like this cycle is repeating. This pretty much the third iteration of this cycle. Two main headliner here, one baby set, and then the odd one out of the baby sets, basically in between the big set and the baby set right here. Obviously, this theme is tied to Diamond and Pearl, Triumphant Light with Arceus and Dialga and Palkia. Then we get Shiny Pokemon, which is an outlier right here. Then we go to Celestial Guardians, which is obviously Sun and Moon. Then we go to Extra Dimensional Crisis, which is tied to Sun and Moon, which the Ultra Beast idea. And the same thing kind of falls in line with the Shiny Revelry being outlier. Same thing goes with Eevee Grove. Eevee Grove is completely, outside of what Gen 7 Sun and Moon is all about. So it's an outlier, kind of. You can pretty much just compare Shining Revelry and Eevee Grove as the same, but in most cases, Shining Revelry has more of an impact in the meta than Eevee Grove. Not talking about card-wise, I'm talking about, like, well, obviously Sylveon is the biggest iteration of this and how Eevee's reputation is, but also Shining Revelry added ranked, added missions, special EX missions, a lot of rewards, obviously. So mostly it's this. And then we get to, a repeat. It's going to be the same. We're going to get the two right here. Then we're gonna get the tide thing. So I'm expecting from the end of this month, expect baby thing. I'm sticking my gun with, honestly, Suicune, Raikou, and Entei, just mostly because everyone loves Pokemon Crystal, so I'm gonna go with that. And then the month afterwards, I'm expecting the mega set to come out. And in terms of I mostly just recommend you guys to actually save your currency for Anniversary. You're just gonna get more benefits out of getting your cards from there. Now, to tie it all really back together, we did get this new season kicks off this fall. What does this mean? This could mean that when the mega set comes out, this could be a total shift in the meta that could lead to Anniversary. Because mostly what Anniversary is for gacha games is a meta reset, if that makes sense. Like, Anniversary should feel like an anniversary. You're celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the original release of the game, and with the total support of the fans, the community, everyone being involved, through the success of it being lasting for 1 year, and hopefully more in the future, where it should be something special that everyone should be able to celebrate together. With that in mind, it should feel special. So I think a meta shift, like making it more emphasis and speciality, like, hey, Anniversary is going to be big, so we're going to make a meta shift where we're going to give new cards, obviously more cards. I'm expecting the triple pack combo, and just basically just flip the meta upside down. Everything, everyone's excited, everyone's curious on how decks are being used, how everything works. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. And I want that for Anniversary. For them to say that it will happen beforehand with Megas, I'm expecting Megas to change. The biggest change I think Megas will have is this ruling. Because everyone, if I'm going to be honest, everyone is not entirely happy with Megas. And it's mostly just this. And as far as we can tell, I would say this lineup isn't the craziest, but it is exciting for Mega Evolution. But if we take a look at this, it's just these guys aren't as crazy. People like to criticize it, but it's not crazy per se. I've seen a lot of hate on Gyarados, obviously. Gyarados being just in the worst position with water decks. Water decks sucks piss, so obviously Mega Gyarados gets a lot of hate for it. But the biggest thing from the hate for Mega Gyarados is the fact that he does the exact same damage for the exact same energy requirements. And his effect isn't the craziest, but the fact that he is like him, Mega Blaziken, and Mega Altaria, and the other Megas that will potentially be in the set in the expansion are gonna be liable for being the biggest target in the match. Because once the Mega comes out, the entire shift focus for your opponent is to kill that Mega. Because once they kill your Mega, or once I kill their Mega, the game's over. Because they charge 3 points. 3 points are enough to win the match. If I'm aiming to win the match fast, I'm going to kill your Mega. I don't care about the other Pokemon around it. I'm killing your Mega. Because if I kill you faster than I kill them, the rest of them, everything else becomes pointless. I'm focusing on the Mega. I'm killing the Mega right now. And with that being the case, these guys are very high risk. You're running them with a massive risk on their shoulders. So their contribution to them being the main focus on the team is like essential. Like you need to be good in order for you to be run. And as it looks of right now, more people are inclined to run the Mythical Island Gyarados EX than the Mega Gyarados, and I don't really blame you. Because while discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck for 140 is a lot of damage, I am willing to not risk my game for the exact same, essentially the exact same, benefit I'm getting from the Mythical Island, despite the Mythical Island being an energy disruptor between you and the opponent. Meanwhile, this is milling. This is a mill idea. I much rather run a less risk, personally, and a lot of people do believe that too. That like it's very disappointing for Mega Gyarados, which I do very much believe you. I understand the criticism, and the same kind of criticism for Mega Altaria. I don't really see it that much, mostly because Mega Altaria is doing the exact same damage as Arceus, while Arceus is doing 70 plus 20 for each bench. Altaria is doing 40 for 30 for each bench. For two less energy though. Like Altaria needs 2 energy. Arceus needs 3, and he's a basic. And so I feel like Altaria will be fine, mostly. And like the biggest outlier is Mega Gyarados. I think Mega Blaziken is gonna be cooked. It's gonna cook, like no matter what. No pun intended. But like, it's mostly like, should I give my investment to this set? Should I spend my currency on this set? Should I spend gold on this set? If I have the opportunity to spend gold, should I spend it? My biggest recommendation is to not go as deep. If you want to go for it, but not as deep. If you are a free-to-play player and you're like, it's either yes or no, I want a yes or no answer, I'm going to give you a no. Do not spend your currency on this set, because anniversary is literally the month afterwards, and you need that currency for when that anniversary is going to come. When anniversary drops, you're going to want that currency. Because as it looks right now, this is just a monthly, literally a monthly glorified version of Shining Revelry, and really this is just a promotional set for Legends EA. And they're trying to milk the freaking crap out of you for using any, they want you to sell your soul, basically. This is a gacha game. They want you to get mad. They want you to spend on every single set, and they don't want you to save, because then once you start saving, then it's like, well, we're gonna have to drop a banger. And then once we drop bangers, as in like, oh, like this is very cool, because we look at this is cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. This, like, you see, like, that's cool, right? The effect with Blaziken in the back and stuff like that, like, that's cool. That's really cool. Like, this probably got like probably 10,000 people to spend on the game. But like, as an investment, obviously Mega Blaziken is very, very strong. We will see with Gyarados. We will see with Altaria. Altaria. I'll give a solid for Altaria. I think Altaria is fine, solid. Big question mark for Gyarados, but like, I would say biggest recommendation for you as a free-to-play player, as a paying player, as a paid player, as a newer player, just save for anniversary. At this point, it's very obvious that they definitely need to change the way the game works. More events, more ways to give us currency, more ways to give us engagement. Unifying the trade point system is going to it's not going to hurt us. Like, I feel like that message needs to be come across more, and I would wish more people would talk about it. Unifying trade point system is definitely not a con. It is very much a pro. And I am totally okay with the downside being that the newer card, you can't use the trade points for newer cards, but you can use it for any other set. I think that's a massive, like, big. I'll take it. I'll take it as much. Like, I'll take that any day of the week. But as it stands right now, we don't have that, and like this, we're getting cut out of it. But other than that, anything else I wanted to mention? Talked about Godsley here. Um, again, shout out to him. How this is how generally he feels. And of course, it is very cool that Mega Evolution is in the game. It's going to be added, but this whole list is very important. There just needs to be more to do with the game. Sure, you can sell us cards. You can be like, hey, here's Mega Evolution. Here's the shiny. Here's this cool Mega Blaziken EX full art rare card. 2-star rarity card that you can't get and only can really get it through purchasing it from the trade point system, or pulling it actually live and not getting it because the trading is so ass. But if that's just your selling point and there's nothing else to do in the game other than ranked solo battles, and then the rest of it is just wonder picks. Like, dude, come on. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, I forgot drop events. Dude, I'm so sorry, bro. Like, drop events, they save the game. No, the fuck they not. They don't save the game. They're not the drop events. They're only a week long. At most, it's like 12 days. Why isn't it the whole month? I have no clue. Who do I know? Like, I'm not the developer. I wish I was, give my advice. But other than that, everything else is freaking Wonder Picks. And it's like, well, Wonder Picks is cool. You messed it up with the freaking wishlist thing, so now I can't get the cards I actually really want. So it's like, at the end of the day, if they just make these changes, obviously, again, I recommend you guys to do the questionnaire. I recommend you guys to give your feedback. Let your voices be known. We all know that this is coming soon. Hopefully an anniversary. Maybe they might actually refer to this a new season here. I guess one final point is that when it comes to new season, talking about the 3-point system people don't like, probably new season could infer the fact that we might getting a battle regulation update, which essentially what a lot of people are saying, they might switch it to 5 points instead of 3, because while it says new season, a new season, like, is this implying that the fact that Mega Evolution will be its own specific season and it will be 5 points and it's only temporary, or will this be an overarching season where it's going to be continuous until, like, they're like, okay, we're banning Mega Evolution in this specific environment? Because I'm going to tell you right now, customizing really anything with ranked, anything to do with PvP at all, is obviously a good thing. I don't know why this is not a thing in the game. Like, it's PvP. Like, there's only 3 ways you can go from there. First, it was the emblem event, which you took away. Then it's like, okay, custom match, or not custom match, you have a private match, which, guess what, you're gonna have to, like, there's no easier access to this. I can't even, like, what Godsley said, friend invite battles. Like, I have to find my friend, I have to make it specific, I can't even invite my friend, I have to literally create a lobby so that my friend has to go and pick a code that I made, the password I make, he has to go in there, I have to load in, create a code, and then send the code out into the wild in the internet. My friend has to copy the same code / password, freaking put in the password, and hopefully the connection is there. Why is that a thing? Why can I not just go to my friend's profile picture and be like, invite for battle, boom, click the button, and then it'll pop up in his, where, like the same kind of icon, which obviously they also need to add notifications for trades. Why don't they have that in the game? Don't know why. They have it the same way, like, oh, there's a notification, hey, friend Billy, Bob, Lenar is wanting to battle with you. Keyshawn wants to battle with you, wants to squabble. I was like, oh, let me accept Keyshawn, and then easy access from there. Like, anything to do from that. So that's I was all talking about the private match. Now we have random match. Random matches, you have 2 options. Random matches is like, okay, random as in beginners. There's only 2 options. Beginners, which is like, oh, I'm new to the game, so be easy with me, randoms. And then there's TCG player, which is just advanced version. Guess what? Before ranked and before really the emblem event, that was our meta. Literally random matches. That's how bad it was. Well, not bad. This is like pre-ranked, meta stuff with ranked. And this is like, during the time it was the emblem event. That was how we can, evaluate cards. And then they got rid of a lot of the content with the emblem event being gone, and now ranked is our 3rd option. And then from there, ranked has its own merits, it has its own, pros and cons. And then other than that, there really isn't. All of that, like all of that PvP stuff, for just very limited. You're just very limited with what you can do in terms of fighting other people online. So if, again, like how Godsley was saying, more game modes need to be in the game, more things to do obviously in the game. I mean, dude, they add battle spectating. I'm spectating battles always, bro. Like if they make that a feature where I can spectate other people's like battles randomly, you know how fun that would be. Like, just what if there's like a random online tournament where it's just like, you know how in Super Smash, like Smash, right, Smash Ultimate, you can just create like a little mini tournament that you can make versus bots. Well, let's switch the bots to actual real players. Like, someone makes like a tournament, right, and then it's like you kind of like an invite list where it's like you can join, like random players can join, and you have to submit, like you have to add like select a specific deck. So like the person who made the tournament, the mini tournament, and they like formatted it to where these specific sets is what you can use for this little tournament, and then they would, like, any customization of that form. It's just like this game has so much potential for that. But like as of right now, we have ass. Let me actually scroll through. They're posting this right here. You want to know what we have right now? I'll show you. I'll show you what we have. I'll show you what we have right now. What do we have? Let's look at our glorious events here. Our very cool, very interesting, very important events here. First of all, we got the drop event. Okay, it's already ended from the 5th to the 15th. So you only have 10 days to only do this. Very, 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 very nice. What else? What else? What else? This is our events here. I'm telling you right now, this is ass. I'm telling you right now, this is ass. This is super bad. I don't like this. We've been having the exact same thing every month, and I think so. Yeah, someone like, yeah, boring as fuck. Like, so, like, it is just sad. It is so, like, this is just like it. They just need to change this. I genuinely do believe that this just needs to be changed. Like, this is something. They just need to add more, like just Godsley said, new game modes and just more things to do, because other than drop events, other than the solo battles that you get every single set and you just complete it, and then whenever you want you can just finish the challenges, other than ranked, everything else is just mid. Like, everything else is just not fun. Like, am I having fun with Wonder Picks? Am I having fun with Sneak Peek? Am I having fun with freaking the Outburst Wonder Pick thing? Like, no. Like, Wonder Picks is mostly just a one and done deal. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, it essentially is. Like, how many of you guys actually genuinely care about Wonder Picks? Before this whole like wish listing change, Wonder Picks was okay for me, because it's like, at least like I picked which cards I want to pick, and if I scroll, I just literally every single time I go to the wish like Wonder Pick system, I literally go through the Wonder Picks, scroll, see the cards that I don't have, which is mostly 99% of the time. There's just packs. I just see other people's really ass packs, and I'm like, oh, I'm not using my Wonder Pick. And the only benefit that these Wonder Pick events actually are good for is either the Chansey event, which is one, the only way you can get these specific promo cards, and if you don't have them, you're pretty much cucked out of luck, which is kind of dumb. And then number two, it's like you get a free one bonus pick, which that can just fulfill for your login dailies, and that's really much it. Like, that you can really just cheat the system like that. Like, that's really all you can do. And then you scroll through and it's just like, well, I got mostly of these cards, none of these are cool. Oh, if I see something really cool or really rare, guess what, they're 4 freaking hour like freaking things, and either I need to spend gold or I need to save my freaking, like, it's just a mess, dude. Like, like, it is such a mess. I'm just so over it. I want more things to do in this game. I love this game. I want more things to do. And all of this to just ramble, just like how I feel. Obviously, this is big news. Obviously, people want, this kind of stuff in the game. Obviously, this is very exciting, but as strategically as it is, it's like this is just not it, really. Like, this is really marketing, like the marketing behind this. I mean, if they gotcha, they gotcha, because it's a gotcha. No pun intended, but like, literally the whole point of it is just to get you to drain your wallet, to suck the soul out of your wallet, before anniversary, before you spend your money on ZA, because guess what, ZA is going to cost like $80. get get better prepared to the fact that you can get ZA. You can pre-order. You can actually pre-order since Worlds Championships. You can get ZA. Like ZA is coming out. Like ZA is literally coming out like in about less than 2 months from now. So it's like they're promoting the hell out of it. So overall, I would say please be careful with your currency. Please, 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 make your voice heard that this is what we need to do. Please don't actually be dumb with your currency and spend it on every single one. Obviously, I would say that like you can spend it however you want, but like please be smart with it. I try to do the same. I tried as a now kind of like a on in and out, kind of trying to be a consistent content creator. I think that like giving my point of view, like obviously I want to make videos for showcasing these cards, and obviously for you guys as entertainment, but I genuinely do believe that you guys, your sanity matters, and that you guys definitely need to consider like what we have here, because anniversary is very close. This is a bait, and my recommendation is don't fall for the bait. But it's also very big with megas, because this is our lineup, and there's some of these are good, not this one, but like it just depends on how it is so far. Obviously, we need ways to grind currency, because you're like, oh, well, we need to save currency. Where's the currency at? One of the big problems. And for newer players, there's going to be new players that are going to come out from this set. This set's going to come out, and new players are going to install the game because, hey, Mega Evolution. I like Mega Evolution. The same thing happens for every single set. I like Eevee. I'm going to join this game. Or I'm a Gen 2 lover. I'm going to join this set. Or back then, oh, I'm a Gen 2. Like, it literally, like, newer players can come out of every single one of these. And what is the newer player going to find out? Newer players found out very, very early, like very, very recently, that in Eevee Grove, there's cards that you need from other sets, and the trade point system is not fixed. It's not the greatest at all, which is why they plummet very bad. And which is why they're like, we need to lock in. We need to fix this problem. And I just hope that this problem can be fixed sooner rather than later. Just a personal thing. Like, come on, man. Like, they need to like step it up. Come on, speed up the process. Just like literally like tonight. Like let's just say like tonight. Let's just say like literally any time. Like right now, this week, they're gonna give us a trailer. I'm guaranteeing you, by the end of this week, there'll probably be a trailer for A4A, and along with that, they need to like add something. Like they need to like cook something to get, because for a fact, I know it a lot. Everyone else is gonna know it. Like people are incentivized for this. They're gonna skip A4A. Like it's obvious. A4A, nobody's gonna summon on that. That's gonna be their worst performance. I'm pretty certain. I'm gonna make a bet. The fact that A4A is gonna do worse than Eevee Grove because of this announcement. So it kind of hurt. I think it's gonna hurt. They're gonna make money still, but like, obviously promotion for this. Why would I spend money on the newest one if this is this? But like, I genuinely do believe that like at any point they could just be like, hey, we're just gonna give you more events for this, and they're just waiting. The same way they're waiting for, their dumbasses are waiting for anniversary or any given expansion to give us dark mode, which I don't know why they're waiting for so long, but like, who knows, man. But I rambled too long enough. Sorry for losing y'all. But let me know what you guys think about this. Just giving my thoughts about how this game could work, how this game should function. I feel like this is honestly one of the biggest ways we can actually get together and be like, hey, I just wanted to cover mostly what Pocket's been doing for the last, the past weekend. Pretty exciting, pretty encouraging. Like, hey, like this is pretty cool. I do like that they are getting involved with in-person events. And then as of right now, how megas are being treated right now, how megas are being received right now from the media, and moving forward, how the schedule works, how would this affect newer / older / free-to-play players, like all of that. I just wanted to give my thoughts and opinions, and I hopefully hope that I could convince one or two of y'all, maybe like, hey, this, just try to actually save this time. Can you save? If you could take my advice I would say my advice to you is just save to anniversary. It's gonna suck because everyone else has the cards and you don't, but like, I think it's smarter. And if you feel like I know I don't want to summon, but can I like spend like at least 60 hourglasses. I don't think it will hurt, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want you to fall into the crippling depression of these companies. Obviously, this is a gacha game. They're doing it for every single game. Every gacha is the same when how they treated their players. They want you to feel like shit. They want you to feel pressured by everyone else to spend money, to spend gold, and to get these cards. And the only way they can really convince us is the fact that, like, hey, um, like, there isn't really that much to do. There's really not much to grind. So it's like it's very limited and it feels dry is what I'm like the overall thing. Right now it feels dry, and the fact that we are getting information that, hey, we told them that it's dry and they realize it's getting dry, and they're like, okay, we're gonna give y'all, we're in the kitchen, we're cooking some stuff, and we'll get y'all ready by the end of October. So I'm looking forward to Anniversary. I'm looking forward to everything else. I'm looking forward to the positive future for Pocket. So let me know what you guys think about this. Again, I ramble on for too long, but hopefully my ramble caused some of you guys to believe, I guess. But overall, enough of me yapping about the megas. I'm going back into the showcases. I wanted to, post some more showcases. It just sucks. Hopefully I entertain you guys with some of the showcases I have right next to me. Because I don't know. I just feel like adding games right next to it makes it much more fun. But I'm probably more sped up now because editing this would probably be freaking sucks. But it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think about everything that's going on so far. Do you guys love megas? Do you guys hate megas? What are your plans in the future? What are your plans? Like, what do you plan on doing? Do you plan on saving to megas? Are you planning on skipping megas? Do you think megas are good for the game, bad at the game? And how is your current situation as a player? Are you a free-to-play player? Are you a paying player? And what is your goal so far as to, like, as a TCG player? Like, what is your goal essentially? Do you want just mostly like a collection person? Are you like, oh, I want to play and use the decks, but I don't have the like, I would say, like, the necessary, like, cards, the necessary, like, utilities that I need, cards from other sets to make my team better. So it's like it is a big, like, disadvantage for newer players versus concurrent players and players since day one. So I do want to love to know how you guys are doing. So let me know what you guys think. This is a long enough video as it is, but I hope you guys have enjoyed your day. I'll see y'all next time. This is Bing signing off.